And you wonder why Walmart wants to move to an online only shopping experience.
No, I don't wonder. I understand why.
And perhaps maybe why some of these cashiers are like, look, I don't even want this job. You can take this. This is.
I wouldn't have even wanted to have been in line with him. Like, I would have literally just been like, I'm too grown for this, and I would have left and gone to a different line, because that's children. That's how children act. That's crazy to me.
I guess it could happen in self-checkout too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't watch these videos.
You know how much milk costs?
You know he probably didn't pay for that milk either? That's why it costs so much? I'm glad he fell right there though. There's that karma slip. Look.
He got fired. He got fired. He's mad.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, it's possible, because I was going to say, a lot of things, people are like, you know, it's mental health, whatever else, which I'm sure that is an issue in a lot of these. But it's also people trying to get recorded to be put into things like this.
True.
I'm just saying.
True. Do it for the gram.
Uh-huh.
Do it for clout.
Mm-hmm.
Likes and shares.
His mom's probably so proud.
This one says employee gets beaten up for stopping theft. And this is why I say they don't, I mean, that's not your job, okay? This employee, which probably makes minimum wage, is just getting beat up to try to stop people from stealing from the store. You know, trying to do the right thing, trying to keep their job safe, maybe. And what do they get in return? From a company that tells even the asset protection team, don't engage.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it, because people are batshit crazy now. So even if you want to engage and try to stop them, whatever else, you are now putting your personal safety on the line, and that's why they don't want you engaging. Not because they're like, oh, it's just product. No, they don't want their own employees suing them when they get hurt in the store.
I mean, the crazy thing is the employees could sue them, the criminals could sue them as well.
Which has always been so incredibly stupid to me.
And but then it's like, all right, if you're Walmart, what do? Eliminate the threat. Close the stores. Ship everything online. Make people use Walmart Spark or whatever. And this, I mean, it's like people are asking for it.
You can't steal from a store you can't get into, right?
People are asking for it. Now, on an unrelated note, I got a post here that says that a new, let's see here, either this is Republican or representative, I never know which one it is. Mary Miller just called for the U.S. to ban the sale of American farmland to the Chinese Communist Party.
I don't care if she's Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Independent, whatever. I back her. I'm just going to say it.
Would you support this ban? I guess, yeah, you've already answered that question.
Immediately.
We are on a dangerous path. GOP rep sounds the alarm over China. But that's the thing. It's like, all right, is it a ban of all Chinese or the Chinese Communist Party? Is this us agreeing to racism and discrimination? Yeah, which is interesting how it ties in, because I don't know if you watched my video or if you guys watched my previous video, that the Chinese are actually, since the lockdowns ended, they were looking to migrate here to the United States of America. And
that's why there was a balloon. They were trying to find farmland, the land where they could buy.
And they were looking at Texas, and they were looking at a lot of lower affordable price homes, gobbling up what most hardworking Americans are struggling to try to afford.
Y'all are worried about BlackRock, and you should be worried about something I couldn't pronounce in Chinese.
BlackRock, I think, has the most money in the entire world as a corporation, which is crazy to think about. But it was also before the interest rates had dropped. So they were looking to come in and pay in cash, and they were just going to beat out all the buyers. But it's odd because with Walmart and what's going on at Walmart, and obviously they're direct tied to China and the products that the supply chain from the products that they sell on the shelves, that a lot of mom and pops sell too. Like if you're ordering in bulk from these suppliers, from these vendors, these manufacturers, it's coming from China. Amazon's coming from China. Everything coming from Alibaba, AliExpress, DHgate. But ironically, I came across a video yesterday or the day before. I watched a little bit of this video from Canadian Prepper, and he had all these products laid out for the nuclear World War III survival bug out bag gear kit.
That's a
with a lot of training and advice and information, which is a great video. He shared a lot. Probably out of this 31-minute video, you'll probably have to watch it 10 times to even begin to try to absorb everything before you even get into acquiring all these products to then become proficient in their use, as well as the strategic preparation, if you could afford it.
Yeah,
because he linked them all below in the description. They're all affiliate links to his website, so he can make money off of doing this. But at the same time, I think the total price tag, I'll have to add it up, would be pretty substantial for a lot of people that probably couldn't really necessarily afford it, let alone even if they did, would they know how to use it? Could they afford enough for themselves, let alone their families? So you're talking about this high price tag times 3 or 4. Maybe Canadian Prepper's audience is of, this almost, I think it's 924,000 subscribers. Maybe they're all multimillionaires and they can afford to do this. But I think to speak for the majority of most people watching, I would assume that this is going to be out of their price range. And not only do you need to be able to have the money and the means and the ability to purchase these, some of these will expire. So you'll have to continuously replace while having multiples. And honestly, if you're going to put yourself in a situation to be best prepared for any possible catastrophic, apocalyptic nuclear war attack, nuclear war strike, potentially by China or Russia or whomever, you're probably going to need to have multiple of these in a variety of places that are fortified to protect them. Before we get to the fact that they probably all come from
China. So that's what I was going to say. You took my thunder. So that's what I was going to say. Look, you go to order this and if you order it through Amazon or whatever the links are, 99% of that stuff is coming from China. And China's like, why do I want to help you? 7-week delivery. We bomb in 6. That's how it's going to go.
That's the other thing, because Canadian Prepper's website appears to be primarily drop shipping, which, like I told you guys, is a great opportunity if you guys want to get into a money-making passive income opportunity of creating an online e-commerce shopping platform built around drop shipping. But with that being said, a lot of these products won't actually ship together and or in any real timely fashion, especially with the lockdowns that were in place and the supply chain issues and sanctions and all sorts of different things that are going on. Then only to receive these products, if you could afford them, by the way, do we trust them?
Yeah, that's the kicker.
Do we trust them coming from China? And then, it's like, well, China, you can't come over here and buy any property. Okay, well, everything we ship you guys is going to have a flaw, a defect, a safety issue. So if you're getting these products as a nuclear World War III survival bug out bag kit, where is the testing environment?
I was about to say, hold on, let me put this on. Somebody nuke me real fast.
Where's the testing environment prior to, only to find out down the road if and when this ever happens, none of these products work. Do you then file a complaint? Do you leave?
Do you get a refund?
Do you leave a 1-star review, or does it matter because the rest of the world has already been blown away in nuclear ash? But it's interesting to see where we are right now, what's going on at Walmart with our U.S. government, China.
I would like to say somebody left a comment on my video from yesterday, my Dollar General video, where I talked about how the majority of products at Dollar General are still from China. whatever. But somebody said they're saying that the U.S. and China will have nuclear war in 2025, and I was like, oh, so we got time to prepare. Okay, cool.
You better get to it.
Better get to it. You only got a year and.
I mean, it could be the end of 2025.
Could be the beginning though. So they didn't fully give me the timeline there.
So, and you know, and this honestly, I think this ties into it because we do have a bigger issue at hand. And this person posted this on Twitter, Nina Turner. And it says, I don't care if someone works for Burger King, Walmart, Dollar General, anywhere. If someone is working full-time, there's no reason their paycheck shouldn't cover food and rent. This shouldn't be controversial. While discussing the expense of literally just trying to save your life with a nuclear bug-out bag. But we're talking about the basic necessities, food, water, shelter, rent, utilities, healthcare, insurance.
Keep in mind, there are those people out there who know exactly how much they make and still willingly stay in places that are clearly outside of their range and buy the foods that are clearly outside of their range. So sometimes it isn't a living wage, it's a live within your means.
Not only that, they do make the credit and buy now, pay later and financing, which I read somewhere that credit card balances are up at a record high at an average of 20% interest. So it's just further hurting, you know, people trying to afford this controversial subject of, you know, basic necessities. But
I mean, if you look, you can see that most credit card companies have increased your APR for purchases over the last 6 months.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Fed has done that. So when the Fed adjusts the rate up, so do the credit cards, because they base it off of the prime, and they're going to keep going up. I mean, listen to the Fed report. They're going up. Like he's not pivoting. This is not this is not disinflation or
they're gonna say dysentery or depending on the food and trying, you never know.
Or yeah, so in my video I put up this morning I said deviation and I meant diversion. And this could be part of that diversion. But it's not deflation, folks. The inflation's still going up. Disinflation just means a reduction of how much inflation there is, but there's still inflation that exceeds most people's earnings, by the way. And it says here, though, for those who are interested or already involved in investing, Walmart earnings could be bumpy and provide an entry point, according to Oppenheimer. And it says here that Oppenheimer is positioning itself on Walmart New York Stock Exchange, ticker symbol WMT, ahead of the retail giant's fourth quarter earnings report due out in just a few weeks. Analysts, I'm not going to say his name, and team expect another strong top line delivery from Walmart from the grocery business, more than offsetting headwinds in key discretionary categories and margin opportunities. So with that being said, I'm looking at it like Walmart is going to produce strong top line delivery with the grocery business more than offsetting headwinds. So this is where their money is. This is their money maker. Remember, future of food. This is the money maker. Okay, this is the profit center, and this is where food shortages and insecurities come into play because people can't afford the food.
This is interesting because this plays into exactly what I have going up later in regards to Walmart, Amazon, and their kind of overhaul.
So again, though, they want to maximize this growth, this top line delivery, offsetting by the groceries, offsetting most of their business, but they don't want all the other nonsense that comes with it. The craziness of the guy pouring a gallon of milk on his chest on the belt of the checkout. They don't want that. So, folks, pay attention because this automated grocery, which I made a video about Walmart's automated grocery conversion, AI and technology, and basically closing the doors, shutting down these stores from customers being able to enter in, and it's going to move to Walmart Spark only. You're going to have an appointment to go inside of Walmart.
Well, you remember pre-pandemic, Walmart was 24 hours. You could go in at 3 a.m. when you got out of work, 6 a.m. before you went into work, 5 a.m., whatever, and then they started closing at 11. And then some stores were closing even earlier than that, depending on whatever. Pandemic's over. And they're still not 24 hours anymore. They've still kept those same times. That
makes a lot of sense, especially considering how Sam's Club or Costco, both, maybe one or the other, had a special, or maybe Target too. They had special hours early in the morning for certain age groups to go in and do what they needed to do before everybody else showed up. I could easily see Walmart implementing that as a continuously cut back on hours. And it's not just for certain age groups. They're like, look, Walmart will be open to the general public between these 2, 3, or 4 hours. That's it. And then the rest of the time, it's a hub for processing online orders. Like, that's it.
You know, when you're younger, you want a fake ID that says you're 21 so you can go drink. Now I'm like, I need a fake ID that says I'm older so I can miss the riffraff and go in with the older crowds who are a little less
If they
crazy.
do it, it's going to be lumped in and everybody like, look.
I'm going to show them like, ma'am, this ID says you're 75. Mm-hmm. Sure enough.
Walmart is not stupid, and these other retailers,
I feel like you need to clarify that part.
they're not ignorant to what it's going to take for them to continuously grow their revenues, profits, and reduce their loss and their risk.
Okay.
They're not. And the other companies out there, the other retailers and these other like Target and everybody else, like, just because you don't hear about them, don't mean that they ain't preparing to do the same thing. So
you know what sucks? Walmart, we equate Walmart and China, like always. People are like, oh, China owns Walmart, which, side note, they don't. They just ship a lot of stuff to Walmart. Because a lot of companies...
It's like when they say China owns Walmart, it's like saying Elvis Presley's manager owned Elvis. He didn't really own him.
But he told him what to do.
But he did.
He pretty much told him what to do, which is, you know, we watched that and that's a whole nother thing. But you forget that there are a lot of American companies inside Walmart, but unfortunately, in order to get their backing from their, what are the people called? Their backing from the people, the sharks, not just sharks, but you know what I mean?
Oh, the investors.
The investors, they have to get the lowest price possible on their products.
Yeah.
So they're having to get them from China, not because they want to. They started made in the USA, but it cost too much. They couldn't get inside these retail stores. So they had to go overseas.
Watch any episode of Shark Tank, and they're outsourcing manufacturing, perhaps maybe to Mexico now. But at the end of the day, made in USA is not what it once was.
No.
But it says here that the firm forecasts Walmart will report a U.S. comparable sales increase of 6%. But we're looking at a sales increase of 6%. So Walmart is on the move. If you haven't, go ahead, click the link in the description, get signed up, get your Moo account, get some free stocks. It's free money, while also paying attention to what's going on, because it says that the firm is positive on the long-term potential for Walmart. Again, WMT, if you're looking it up on Moo, with shares seen as still positioned for outperformance based on continued grocery share gains, increasing contribution from alternative revenue streams, ongoing benefits from WMT's e-commerce investments, and an improved international footprint, i.e. China. But also, think about it like this. We're going to probably see, mark my words, today is February 6th, I think, 2023. We're probably going to see more events occurring that are going to limit food production and availability, thus driving up higher prices, which would align with this, ongoing benefits from increasing contributions from alternative revenue streams and based on a continued grocery share gain. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.